Few pop culture phenomenon had polarized audiences quite like Stephenie Meyer's Twilight series. From its initial publication in 2005 to the blockbuster film adaptations, Twilight captured the imaginations of millions while simultaneously becoming a lightning rod for critical debate beyond the shimmering skin and melodramatic stares. A deep dive into the Forks saga reveals a complex tapestry of unique mythology, relatable human anxieties, and a surprisingly enduring cultural footprint. The blood-soaked canvas. A unique mythology. At its heart, Twilight reimagined the classic vampire and werewolf tropes, tailoring them to fit a deeply romantic, angsty narrative. The vampires. Meyer's vampires are not the traditional monstrous creatures of folklore. Gone are the coffins, the aversion to crosses, and the transformation into bats. Instead, they are supernaturally beautiful and possibly fast and strong, capable of varied psychic abilities, and most famously sparkle like diamonds in direct sunlight, a detail that ignited both fascination and ridicule. The vegetarian lifestyle, adopted by the Cullen family, feeding on animal blood rather than human, introduced a moral dimension, making them not just monsters, but beings striving for a form of redemption and peace within their immortality. The werewolves, far from the Lycanthropon curse. Meyer's werewolves are shapeshifters, direct descendants of a Native American tribe, the Quileute, who transform into giant wolves. Their existence is intricately tied to the land and to protecting humanity from vampires, specifically the cold ones who prey on humans. Their unique ability of imprinting a fated involuntary soulmate connection added another layer of romantic destiny and controversy to the world. The human element. Set in the perpetually overcast town of Forks, Washington, the human world serves as a stark contrast and grounding force. Bella Swan, the protagonist, is explicitly human, clumsy, insecure, and somewhat directionary, making her encounter with the supernatural all the more impactful and aspirational. The isolation and persistent reign of Forks perfectly mirrored Bella's internal landscape before her world was irrevocably changed. The pulsing heart, characters, and the tangled web. The series' undeniable appeal lay in its incredibly strong emotional core, meticulously built around its central trio. Bella Swan, often criticized as a blank slate, Bella's understated personality may have been her greatest strength. Readers, particularly young women, could easily project themselves onto her. Her journey is one of profound transformation, not just from human to vampire, but from an insecure outsider to a woman fiercely devoted to her chosen family, grappling with immense life-or-death choices. Edward Cullen, the tortured, brooding, and possibly beautiful vampire, became the ultimate fantasy boyfriend. His internal struggle, the constant battle between his predatory nature and his deep love for Bella, made him dangerous and alluring. His possessiveness, while problematic to many, was often interpreted by fans as an extreme form of devotion and protection. Jacob Black, the warm, loyal, and steadfast werewolf, offered a powerful counterpoint to Edward's intensity. He represented the safe choice, the grounding force, and the best friend who loved Bella unconditionally. The Team Edward versus Team Jacob debate became a defining cultural phenomenon, reflecting different facets of romantic desire. The thrilling, dangerous fate of love versus the comfortable, deeply platonic, initially, and enduring affection. The love triangle. More than a simple choice between two boys, this triangle explored things of destiny versus choice, the pull of different types of love, and the sacrifices one is willing to make for happiness. It was the engine of the narrative, driving much of the series' conflict and emotional resonance. Beyond the bite, unpacking the themes, Twilight resonated deeply because it tapped into universal themes, albeit through a supernatural lens, Obsessive love and fated romance. The series glorifies an intense, all-consuming love that transcends species and even death. It speaks to the yearning for a singular, predestined soulmate who understands and completes you. A classic romantic ideal, identity and transformation. Bella's journey is fundamentally about finding her true self through profound transformation. Her desire to become a vampire is not merely about immortality, but about belonging to Edward's world, and achieving a heightened state of existence, choice, and sacrifice. Characters are constantly faced with monumental choices between mortality and immortality, loyalty to pack or individual, love or safety. These decisions often demand immense personal sacrifice, highlighting the weight of commitment, belonging in the outsider. Both Bella and Edward and even the Quileute pack are outsiders in various ways. The series celebrates finding one's family, whether by blood or by choice. Among those who truly understand and accept you, maturity and abstinence, subjectivity. While debated, many interpret the series as a metaphor for the challenges of maintaining purity and making responsible choices in adolescence, with Edward's restraint often seen as a symbol of sexual abstinence until marriage. This theme, whether intentional or not, certainly contributed to its appeal among certain demographics. The glow and the glare, appeal and criticism. Twilight's impact stemmed from its potent blend of wish, fulfillment, escapism, and direct emotional prose. Readers were drawn into a world where true love could literally last forever, where ordinary girls could attract extraordinary beings, and where passion was paramount. The simple, accessible writing style made the books highly consumable, allowing readers to lose themselves entirely in Bella's intense inner world. However, the criticisms were equally vicarious, Problematic relationship dynamics. Edward's controlling and possessive nature, Bella's perceived lack of agency, and the immediate all-consuming nature of their love were often called out as unhealthy and even dangerous models for young readers. Bella's positivity. Critics argued that Bella largely reacted to events rather than driving them, with her ultimate goal being to become strong for Edward rather than for herself. Literary merit. The prose was often deemed simplistic, repetitive, and plagued by cliches, leading many literary critics to dismiss the series as trite. The imprinting controversy. Jacob's imprinting on newborn Renesmee was a particularly divisive plot point, raising uncomfortable questions about consent and predatory dynamics, even within the context of supernatural lore. The undeniable imprint, legacy, and impact. Despite the critical backlash, Twilight's legacy is undeniable and far-reaching. Pop culture phenomenon it wasn't just a book series. It was a cultural moment, sparking fervent fan communities, merchandise, and heated online debates. Catalyst for YA paranormal romance. Twilight single-handedly reignited the genre, paving the way for countless other vampire, werewolf, and angel and demon romance series in young adult fiction. Authors scrambled to replicate its success, the birth of fan fiction empires. Perhaps its most significant impact lies in the realm of fan fiction. The series, loose ends, compelling characters, and passionate fan base fueled an explosion of fan-generated stories, famously leading to the creation of 50 Shades of Grey, which began as Twilight fan fiction, debate, and discussion. Even years later, Twilight continues to spark discussion about female agency, healthy relationships, and what constitutes a compelling narrative. Its enduring presence in the cultural conversation, for better or worse, speaks to its power. In conclusion, a deep dive into Twilight reveals more than just a simplistic romance novel. It's a series that tapped into profound desires for intense love, belonging, and transformation, wrapped in a unique supernatural mythology, While its flaws are often highlighted, its genius lies in its ability to inspire such fervent devotion and equally passionate criticism. Twilight remains an indelible part of pop culture history, a testament to the fact that sometimes all it takes is a girl, a vampire, and a wolf to cast a spell over the world. Hope you learned something about Twilight after this.